a feel about it. A sense of occasion at the Melbourne cricket ground. Melbourne playing for their football survival. And on the opposite wing, a little sidelight featuring Herman and Grinter.
You know, so I can remember a few years ago, we were asked to just gently run into an opponent just to remind him that if he did get in that situation during the game, he was going to be run through. I just wonder if there's been a bit of antagonism in the start.
So away we go. And still the body work continues. The bounce, O'Dwyer and Madden falls at their feet. Herman trying to crash his way through the pack. It comes to Healy. Kicks towards half forward. Out in front, the mark is taken in defence by Dunlop. So he started deep in defence for Carlton. Swings it out wide. In fact, concedes some yardage out there. Taken by Maley. He's at left half back. High kick towards centre wing. Melbourne in front, and the mark is taken by Johnson, storming up from the back pocket. He's taken this mark on centre wing.
Alan Johnston kicks into the man on the mark, but will get another opportunity. Gets the hand pass across to Lovett. He's in trouble. Kernahan crosses off the ground. Going down to the practice wicket area on the MCG. It will be kept in play, or will it? No great attempt made by Wayne Blackwell. So the ball is over the line, a throw-in. As we mentioned, a good crowd in attendance at the MCG. A lot of Demon supporters wanting their side desperately to win. Bradley gets it to Johnston. Danger. Sartori couldn't complete the mark. Pushed into the middle. Yates couldn't take the football. Out wide towards White. They need support and they get it. Wilson's on the end of the hand pass. Here's a chance for the Demons to go forward. Love a little tip to the half-forward line. And will receive it back again from Spalding. Inside 50. He pulls it back. Can the Demons get the first score? There'll be a heck of a roar as Jackson shoots for goal and puts it through.
Transference of play then from the Carlton half-forward line. And Sartori almost marked, ducked his head. And from there on in, they paid the penalty and got the running game going. Set up through the middle. We see the kick come in here. Gave him a chance because it was in front. Turned quickly onto his left foot. And Ricky Jackson, one of the key scorers for Melbourne this year, in kicking, just looking at how many goals he's kicked there, 32 so far.
1.5 minutes gone. First goal to Melbourne. Back in the middle. Madden opposed to O'Dwyer. Wide of the pack. Grinter, head down, trying to crack his way through. Went nowhere. Picked up by Lovett, but it's a Carlton free kick, and there's a Carlton player down. Now there's a Melbourne player down. That's Grinter, who came away from the scene. So Rodney Grinter made contact, I think, with a Carlton player, and it's on. Players coming from everywhere now. The goal umpire from both ends.
There's only
forming out.
2 players, Dennis, if we could pick them up on the 50-metre line, standing there, hands on hips, and are not concerned about the melee. But there's probably 2 groups of players, as you can see.
So far, the fight hasn't risen to any great height. It's just a run-of-the-mill fight now.
Well, you could see that. You could see that from the opening bounce, couldn't you? Just this antagonism. As we look at Winter, excuse me, really just pushing a player off then, and I think might have copped him with a finger in the eye, something like that.
See any books come out, Malcolm?
No, I didn't. Well, umpires have really got a big job on their hands now to control this.
Yes, it was simmering. And just for a moment, overflowing there. Wayne Johnston's got the free. He's standing in the centre circle at the present time. Now, the game resumes. Johnston long down towards full forward. Melbourne have got the numbers. Up in front, O'Dwyer couldn't hang on. Stockard forward, and again, O'Dwyer the second one towards the middle of the ground. Opportunity behind for Aitken. Hooks it back towards the forward line. With the run on the pack, Sartori didn't get his hands to the ball. This is Fraser Murphy to Herman. Herman about 20 metres out from goal, scrambles at Goldwood. Getting back is Johnson. Plenty of time. Johnson in the back pocket. Sends play to right half back, and Lovett takes the mark.
Lovett, a chance to go on to Viney. Elects to go longer. Bradley over the top. Not paid. Aitken under pressure. Viney also. Bradley soccers off the ground. An opportunity now for the Blues through Gleeson. Long. Up towards Sartori. White coming in from the side. Daryn at the back. Can't get clear. Murphy again. Sartori. A snap. He goes.
Listen Skyline Silhouette. Australia's car of the year in its most dynamic form. The very latest street edition is waiting for you. That's Nissan Know-How.
invented on diners.
Level here at the MCG. We're back in the middle again with Madden and O'Dwyer. From the centre, Lovell trying to get the Demons forward, but stolen by Herman. Onto his left foot, the bounce. Oh, it's a shocker for Lovell. Good for Carlton. Dorotich to Gleeson. On towards the Tory. Danger man Murphy is lurking again. Johnson's kick is partly smothered. Some heavy work going on. Eventually it comes out to White. White across the stretch, and the Demons are out of trouble.
Ball on the outer side. In front is Viney out there, surrounded by Carlton players. Good strong tackle, brought him down from Gleeson. Stretch goes after it, tries to get it to right. Met solidly by Johnston. Maley, he's flung to, coming through his Lovell. Scrambles a kick about 10 metres. Carlton well represented there. Nailey got it to Glasgow. He caught one too. Down he went. Out comes Lovell. And the umpire's gone across, awarding a free kick to Glasgow. It could have been taken further. The umpire elected not to. David Glasgow, half forward. Not a good kick. Down towards the forward pocket. Healy, taken by O'Dwyer. Clearing kick towards the outer side wing. Lyon did well to knock it away from Madden. Roving the pack, it's Bradley. High kick back towards half forward. Who's camped under this one? O'Dwyer came at the ball with conviction that time. And has taken the mark midway between centre half back and right half back. So the big fellow in the driving rain back towards centre wing. Madden's in front though. Not a good kick. Madden's taken the mark.
Justin Madden usually likes to get on with the handball. And that's no exception on to Bradley, who's been busy early again today. Towards Murphy, waiting down. Gleeson gets the hand pass away. Carlton look dangerous as they go into that half-forward line, but no one at home. And Lovett's able to bring it out wide. Melbourne should have time to clear. Gates just chips over his shoulder. Dangerous. Reece Jones and Johnson.
There's tremendous courage then from Alan Johnson. It appeared that Reece Jones just might have missed him, but the way he's getting up, I'd suggest he might have had a, oh yes, just across the face.
Reece Jones and Lyon having words at the moment. And of course, Carlton would want to be very careful with Reece Jones, already a suspended sentence hanging over his head. And should he have the number taken and be found guilty, he'd be in trouble. Hughes to take the kick for Johnson. Down to the half-forward line. Reece Jones quickly on to Kennedy. Over the top of Alvin. Herman is there. Will he keep it in play? Alvin can. The centre wing. Kernahan is the target. Got a bit of a nudge. And the ball is taken over the line. And so a throw-in to take place.
Certainly very, very difficult conditions as we look at Alan Johnson there in a spot of bother. He's just got that brush across the face. Not the wrong spot.
There's the time remaining. It's a goal apiece. Johnston getting possessions early. Gained some ground. It's out of bounds at right half forward for the Blues. Fiery start to this game then. Rhodes on the ground, number 41. Dwyer and Kernahan doing the ruck work. Satori trying to come from behind. In fact, it was Dersma who knocked it away. Satori knocks it Carlton's way. Rhodes goes after it. Kernahan's got it. About 55 metres out from goal, Kernahan. Good effort. They'll contest about 15 metres out in the pocket. Great mark is taken by Dorotich. John Dorotich. Strength. A chance to score.
As we look at the angle from behind Dorotich now, certainly will favour his left foot kicking style. But we'll certainly know, I think, as quickly as the goal umpire from this kick.
That's close. Misses to the near side. The Blues lead by that margin. Robert Walls looks on. Danny Hughes back in the team this afternoon after a term of suspension. 4 weeks, if you don't mind. He goes to the outer side. O'Dwyer could have marked it. Knocks it on. Into the path of the speedster Jackson. Look at him go. Got a good shepherd too. The kick not a good one. Down towards half forward. Lyon missed it. Reece Jones does brilliantly. Gets it across to Kennedy. The high kick goes back towards half forward. Leading the race out there is Rhodes. With him is Gleeson. It's out of bounds and will be thrown in. Don Scott may have some news actually on Alan Johnson. Let's go down to Don.
Yes, well, Alan did get knocked out, but he's all right. You can see he's in the hands of the doctor, and they do believe that when he does recover, he'll be back on the ground.
Thank you, Don. Wayne Johnston. His hurried kick gathers little distance, taken by former teammate Peter Rhodes. Now in the Demon jumper. Got a good mark to Melbourne on that outer side. Melbourne to send the Blues into attack again. Kernahan is the focal point. That's the third good mark by Steve O'Dwyer. And Melbourne supporters delighted to see the big man back in town. Over the top. No mark taken by Spalding. Tried to get the hand pass out. Socket high to half forward. Can the Demons convert while they're down there? Yates. Almost lost out in height. Meldrum. Yates again. Herman coming over the top. Now stretch. Clear. Shoots with the right foot, but there's no one at all at home. And on the last line is Justin Madden, putting it out in front of Nailey, and he'll clear for the Blues.
Nailey running up towards half-back. Plenty of time. Charged down though by Grinter. It spills across now to Wilson. Wilson about 40 metres out from goal, pulls it back across his body, and the mark is taken by Madden. So Madden right on the goal line will bring it out.
He must pull that man off the mark back a bit.
Would have thought so. Lyon almost between the posts there. Now he pulls him back. Madden. Interesting pass into the pocket, taken by Dunlop over the top. Kennedy feeds it to Alvin. He scrambles a kick forward. Kernahan well up the ground. Johnston. Good shepherd by Bradley. Johnston just inside the boundary line. High kick towards centre wing. Courageous effort to mark by Gleeson. He missed. Right on the burst. Back inside 50. Lyon takes the mark. He's looking for 50 metres. Will he get it? I think he may. No. Yes. The umpire with a sense of the dramatic there. Peter Carey darting across and then pulling the man back. Johnson is skipping around the boundary line. That's Alan Johnson. Here's the 50.
It was a most uncalled for push and a great dive in the end by Gary Lyon. And really 50 is a pretty harsh penalty for what perhaps should have been 15 metres.
Yes, Greg Louganis would have been happy with that dive.
So Lyon in for Melbourne second. He shoots. He goes.
The security of my family is very important to me. That's why we invest and save our money with Ipswich and Westmoreton Building Society. Oh, thanks, darling. We need a sure, high-interest investment that allows us to withdraw our savings at any time. Our investment earns enough to pay for our holiday now, helps with the children's education, and to secure our future.
And I'm sleeping easy now. I'm with Ipswich and Westmoreton Building Society.
Thanks, Dad.
Melbourne lead by 5 points. Steins having a run on the ball, gets clear, then pumps one down to the half-forward line. Kennedy gets a bad bounce. Clever work by O'Dwyer. Is this another one coming up for Jackson? He pulls it over his body and he goes!
Second goal to Ricky Jackson. And really with conditions like this, it is a game for the little fellas. The ball is going to be on the ground many, many times during the day. Drizzly, slippery, and the players with that skill on the ground. Great work then by Dwyer. Fantastic. And then an excellent kick. Almost turned that back around 360 degrees from where he was. Excellent kick at goal from Jackson.
Centre bounce again. Melbourne break clear. Can Carlton answer the challenge? Healy gets a short kick out. Alvin in front but couldn't complete it. Support from Melbourne. Down to half forward and a fine mark taken by Lovett. Plays on straight away. Quickly on to Grinter. Up towards the wing. Todd Viney has possession. Melbourne looking good as they go almost inside 50. The ball is out of bounds, but the free kick's been picked up again. And it'll be taken by Earl Spalding. Ian Aitken infringing, and so Spalding will kick from just outside 50. He's got O'Dwyer in the square. Spalding lets one go. It goes across the face and one behind.
Actually, it's not a bad kick, Torpedo, when you're set like that. The ball's not going to carry with drop punts for most of the days. We see a former Prime Minister Malcolm Fraser, a Carlton supporter, but it's not a bad kick when you're settled.
Yes, umpire. There's the kick in from Kennedy, favouring the outer side. Knocked on by Aitken. Bradley waiting behind. Pushed off it well by Newport. It goes again. Well played, Steve Newport. Gets the hand pass out. Taken by Steins. In short, Spalding. Clever deflection. Gets it across to Jackson. They're playing inspired football, Melbourne. Lyon has paid the mark. Well,
I disagree, Dennis. There's been 3 marks like that already in this game, and they haven't been paid. Why pay that one now?
Good question, Melbourne.
And he just about lost it.
Well, you look at it in replay there. I mean,
It looks more a mark in replay.
yes, but that's in slow motion, Dennis.
I know, it takes longer. Gary Lyon. Kicking from about 25 metres out, 45-degree angle. Melbourne looking good, leans back on the kick. It's close. It's a goal.
I'd rather have a sunny day, and I'd rather have a big rooster.
I'd rather live the Queensland way, and I'd rather have Big Rooster.
All the goodness of a country kitchen. A steaming hot buttered golden cob of corn. A quarter of Big Rooster's barbecued chicken and special chips. I'd rather have a Big Rooster chicken and corn packet.
Yes, it's our big chicken for our big steak. I'd rather have Big Rooster.
Melbourne lead by 18 points as Wayne Johnston sends a quick kick from the Carlton half-forward line. Kernahan taken out of it strongly. Road under pressure. Gets the hand pass away. Blackwell, a hurried kick. Kernahan, surely play on being the call. Johnston in trouble, wide into Glasgow. They're doing it hard. Back to Johnston from inside 50. Into the pocket. Gleeson, a tremendous dive. And if he doesn't go short, he's got a very tight shot.
Wasn't that a fantastic dive? There was nothing else to do but that, and the ball just somehow or other stuck.
Adrian Gleeson looking for Carlton's second goal. He snuck that through. Not a kick.
Oh, that's what I call one of the great half chances in football that I've seen this season, where the ball was going harmlessly out of bounds, really. A desperate lunge, and then a fantastic kick for goal. As we look at this in replay, wasn't that fantastic touch? And he's had a very good season, and he's the second highest goal kicker at Carlton this year with 36 goals behind Stephen Kernahan on 44.
The margin is back to 12 points. The free kick going the way of Madden from a ruck infringement, and the Blues into attack again. Wobbling a punt towards Kernahan. Late on the scene. Lovett couldn't take the mark. Support from Dersma. Heads towards the boundary line and puts it over. So a great start to this game. Melbourne coach John Morby looking for a change in fortunes. Steins, Kernahan, Dersma over the back. Free kick going the way of Melbourne, and it will be taken by Dersma. He'll give it across to Steins.
So Steins has it. Right half back. Not a good kick. Wobbles one towards the centre of the ground. No mark was taken. Yates was the flyer. Lovell goes down. Healy over the ball now. And the umpire will move across and bounce it down. Umpire Peter Carey. Inside the centre square, the attacking side of the circle as far as the Demons are concerned. With 11:55 remaining in this opening quarter. Steins battling there with the big fellow, Madden. It's fisted away from the pair of them. Grabbed by Lovett. High kick. Wilson camped underneath it. Takes the mark. Off immediately. Centering kick. Diving mark taken by Spalding. Sliding in the mud. Earl Spalding directly in front. Will kick from about 45 metres out. Road is coming off. Johnson is coming back on. That's good to see. Now the footing will be a key here for Spalding as he kicks. He's pulled it and misses to the left-hand side. So behind, Melbourne run to 4-2. And Carlton a 2-1. There's Dwyer and Madden. It's been fiery. It remains so.
Two praying mantises.
Chance of catching an elbow or a knee in there. As Kennedy kicks in, favouring the outer side. Spalding, good mark. He's been out of form over the past couple of months. He's looking better today. And that's heartening from the Demons' perspective. Spalding too far out to score. Not a good kick. It falls in short. Reece Jones backing himself against the ball. Steins socket away by Alvin. Knocked back into the congestion out there by Newport, who goes again. He's claimed by Bradley, and the umpire will ball it up.
When you look at the changes that have occurred from the named sides, it's really only the big fellas, Steins and O'Dwyer, changing at full forward. That really is been as you were side almost.
Just under 10.5 minutes remaining in this first quarter. Steins almost threw it out. It's at half forward. Jackson has been dangerous. O'Dwyer. Good use of the body by Dunlop. Starting in defence. Alvin slipped at a critical time. It allows stretch through with pace. He does it well to Wilson, who's clear. Short. Intercepting Murphy. Gets it on to Dunlop, and Carlton again go out towards the outer wing. Steins, Kernahan, Bradley, and it's Craig Bradley who's unable to keep it in play. So a throw in the outer wing. 26 plays 13. Great start by the Demons. They've just got to win today. Steins. Asking for 50 metres. The umpire will have none of it. So he kicks from centre wing with that awkward kicking style down towards half forward. No mark taken. Dunlop again, a hurried kick. Gathers little distance. Got to be a free kick to Carlton. Craig Bradley has certainly been busy. Between centre and half forward. Kernahan and Dorotich applying the tackle, making it impossible for Dersma to go anywhere. So another bounce. Steins tries to storm his way through. Jackson throws it out eventually to Steins, who goes to the half-forward line. Play on is the call as Alvin gets his kick. To left half-forward, Murphy is going to be under pressure. Great pressure because he ran straight into Sean White. Meanwhile, the ball was taken over. 4-2 Melbourne. Carlton at 2 goals 1. Madden from behind. Sean White again got boot the ball, so too did Dersma. They'll get out of trouble though because they've got running players going at the moment. Over the top of Yates it goes. If it sits, he's in business. Picks it up beautifully. Then gets his kick before Herman can apply the tackle. And a great mark taken by Lyon, who is really giving David Rees-Jones something to think about. And bang, here's another 50. On that occasion, Rees may not have been the offender.
That was a marvellous mark. Absolutely marvellous mark. And had he not taken it, 4 Carlton players were waiting for the crumbs.
Essentially, Yates did pretty well then to get the ball back, because when he really had one arm held, it was a really good mark, and that could have really been avoided. There was nothing in it, but perhaps could have been avoided from Ian Aitken.
So Lyon kicks for goal and puts it through.
There's a business communications company that makes a fax which is so fast it can transmit a document around the world in 9 seconds. That makes the world's most advanced cellular mobile telephones. That makes a PABX system so sophisticated it's future-proof. And pages that can reach important people instantly. The company is NEC. Most illuminating, Mr. Okamura.
32 plays 13. Just over 7.5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Melbourne looking good after weeks in the wilderness. This is Healy out of the centre. Feeds Yates, who's doing well on his wing. Spears a pass and intended for Steins, and he's taken the mark. For the Carlton defence, beleaguered at the present time, a lot of pressure being applied. And Melbourne getting great service from both their big fellows around the ground, Steins and O'Dwyer.
Yes, the use of the ball up forward, Dennis, has been very efficient. They've been prepared to kick the 25, 30-metre kicks to set another teammate up.
Rees-Jones and Lyon sharing a joke. Here's Steins from about 45 metres out. It's coming back. Has it got the carry? Yes, it has. The Demons rolling towards the final 5.
Well, Dennis, you said earlier, of course, Melbourne's hopes for this year really in their own hands, and they really have started off, as we watch that replay again, they really have started off as though they do mean business, and they do mean to stay and play in at least one final. It's been a remarkable opening from Melbourne.
Jim Steins. Back in the middle, 38 to 13. Again, O'Dwyer down to Healy. Melbourne move it forward. It goes out towards a vacant half-forward flank area for them. Aitken feeds Dunlop. He kicks it wide. Missed on the outer side by a stretch, but he's got time to go back and find it. Pulls it back inside 50. Jackson, a half chance behind. Great shepherd by Lyon. Sets him free. He runs into an open goal and gets it.
What football?
Well, I'm just wondering, 3 goals to Ricky Jackson and 3 goals to Gary Lyon, and their biggest problem has been all year, really, has been their forward line. But it was a fantastic shepherd there from Lyon to put Reece Jones out of business. And Jackson half a chance and said, thank you very much. 3rd goal.
So the Demon chant has gone up. Seven goals 2 to 2 goals 1. O'Dwyer has been giving them great service from the centre. They've been winning it at will. Let's see what happens on this occasion. Dorotich is there now. Gleeson, a quick kick. Carlton need a goal badly. Hughes overruns it. Kernahan's kick is smothered by Dersma. Glascott under pressure. Satori to Herman. To full forward. Madden nudged out. Didn't matter. Too many guns there, and Alan Johnson, after spending so much of his football career on the wing, certainly has found a new home in defence as Kernahan marks strongly on the right half-forward flank. Pulls it into half-forward. The big arms of O'Dwyer go up, but without the football. Healy pushing it wide, stretch. Does exactly that on the outer side. Shovels it forward for Johnson, but the boundary line is too close. So a throw in on the outer side. We've got just under 5 3/4 minutes remaining in a quarter that so far has belonged to the underdogs, Melbourne. Nayley towards Kernahan. No one waiting down for Carlton. Socket wide towards Healy. Claim. Gets the handball beautifully to Johnson, and the Demons run it out of strife down towards the half-forward line. Dorotich again the stumbling block.
He sends it back towards half-forward. Healy out there. Down goes a runner. Tough game, this one. Healy comes away, back towards midfield, taken by Wilson. He's surrounded by Carlton players, measures his options well, gives it to Newport. Newport is tagging Bradley as he did back in round 13. Yates has taken the mark. Yates at left half-forward, too far out to score. Lays it off. Grinter's got it now. Grinter down towards the pocket, intended for Steins. Awkward half volley. Dunlop uses his body well, but socket off the ground by Steins. Jackson off the ground. Close to the behind post. It's pushed out of bounds by Alvin. Gary Lyon has 3 goals. A danger on the forward line. That's how it stands with 4.5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Dorotich asked to do the ruck work. Uncontested, wins it down decisively. Good tackle on Gleeson. Working hard in there as Steins trying to force it through the congestion. He was going nowhere, and there'll be a ball up.
In fact, the Melbourne collection at all the crumbs in and around packs has been very, very good so far.
31 points is the margin, and it favours Melbourne. Alvin, a quick kick. Herman will not keep it in. And a throw in on Melbourne's 50-metre attacking line. There's the Carlton bench, and it has looked happier. With Jim Steins set to do the ruck work again. With him is Dunlop. Also Dorotich down to Gleeson. Does well. He spears one out in front of Satori. Got to get clear of Hughes, and he's finding it difficult. Eventually does. Long to half forward, Madden just too tall.
Yeah, Sean White was between the devil and the deep blue sea then. He went to have a run. Footing's not all that good, and then had to make a last-minute swish. So I think really the spot for Sean White on a big bloke like this is just keep your body in front.
Justin Madden directly in front. And some 35 metres out. Didn't look pretty off the boot. And the result perhaps justified the kick. Wasn't a good one. 2-2, Carlton. Lead by 5 straight goals.
One of the important things in this game, of course, is with the weather being the way it is, any consistent showers now is going to make it even more difficult for Carlton to get back in the game.
And ironically, Melbourne has perhaps struggled more than Carlton in the wet this season. Certainly not at the moment. Alvin towards Satori. Dersma couldn't take it. Gleeson to Kernahan is dangerous. He shoots, but he misses.
Uncharacteristic. 29 points our margin with 2.5 minutes remaining. Danny Hughes waiting for the ball to come back. It's not a boomerang, and Simon Madden isn't helping. Get it yourself. Hughes will remember. I think fullbacks are like elephants. There goes the kick towards the outer side. Over the top, Aitken. It falls obligingly behind the pack for Wilson, but there's going to be a free kick, and it will be taken by Carlton. Kernahan interfered within that pack. Steve Kernahan, too far out to score. High kick. They'll contest about 30 metres out. Up in front, Madden couldn't hang on. Opportunity wide of the pack now for Fraser Murphy. He surrounded Fraser Murphy. Great tackle by White. The ball was jarred free. Johnston took one high. That's an interesting one, but it's been paid all season long. Johnston was down there over the ball, trying to pick it up, when a Melbourne player cannoned into it. Johnston's got the free about 40 metres out from goal. Hughes was coming out, and he didn't stop.
No, as we look at this in replay, the ball goes down, and really, it was pretty well played by Hughes, wasn't it? I mean, it wasn't elbow. It was really at the football, and Johnston's body was there.
The alternative is, Malcolm, you stop, I guess, isn't it? There's no other alternative in that situation. We've got a fight on.
Well, Johnston's going to take his kick as the fight erupts. He shoots at goal and gives Carlton fans something to cheer about as they come from everywhere once again. This quarter has had everything. Aitken, Viney, Dorotich. And there's probably only 4 or 5 that aren't in it.
You really don't mind sides being keyed up like this, of course, but they're both a real big chance to be playing next week if Melbourne continue on today. And to do something silly on a day like today, when there's a lot of things at stake, is important, but they would really rue it for the rest of their life, I'm sure.
Are players really conscious of that when they get in that situation? Do you think about that, or is it just instinctive?
You know, there's got to be some urgency in today's game. Must be. So they probably are thinking about it to some degree.
Carlton try and claw their way back. They pick their third. Still trail by 23 points. Wilson to half forward. Danger here as Viney's kick over drops short. It's picked up by Aitken. He heads towards the boundary line. And unfortunately for Graham Yates, it wobbles over.
Sandy, that's a good indication of the skill level of players on their wrong side. To get a bit of air in the ball on a day like today means you must be putting it down right. And he really didn't make the most of that kick then.
Dorotich almost floated from his head. Reece Jones. Oh, he was missed. Oh.
Gee, wasn't he?
Every picture tells a story. The ball, meantime, is being relayed back to Reece Jones. And now the umpire is taking it and explaining to Reece Jones that he's going to take it and bounce it.
That rush of Printers would have been on the blind side of the umpire, and he may not have seen that he got hit a little bit high.
I thought he indicated that it was Reece Jones' free kick.
Exactly what I thought. But nevertheless, play goes on. Lovell to Healy. Melbourne into attack again. Towards Viney and Meldrum. Blackwell's in the road, but that doesn't worry Todd Viney as Steins gets it clear to Stretch. He pulls it back. Now Jackson will be behind. This may bounce through. It has. And Reece Jones is having it off behind play with Lyon. Oh.
I can't remember a game this year in a quarter where there's been so many scuffles and so much pushing and shoving. And certainly Reece Jones has been involved in a few of them. What a remarkable kick too by Stretch. One of the as we watch this again, disappointing thing in this from Carlton's point of view, Kennedy's pretty easily held off the ball there. You would have thought from his position that he couldn't have kept Jackson out of it.
Probably a poor choice of words on my part then.
11 seconds remaining in the first term. And Melbourne have owned this one. 8-2 to 3-3. And the rain is starting to come down. They'd be content with this lead at quarter time. Marvellous quarter of football from the Demons. O'Dwyer, magnificent ruck knock. Down to Healy. Towards half forward with a kick. I doubt they can get another one. Dunlop comes up, gathers the ball at half back. Bounces off the chest of Lovell. There's the siren as Melbourne grabs it off Lovell. So quarter time at the MCG, and Melbourne playing for a place in the final 5. Underdogs today lead 8-2-50 to Carlton's 3-3-21. The start of the second.